Hi, everyone, and welcome to Belly Dance for Busy Women. I'm Amy, and I want to reintroduce to some of you and introduce to most of you my friend Lissa. She's a former dancer, Pilates instructor, Pilates teacher, trainer, and right now she's been working with people's anatomy, teaching both instructors how to teach well, making sure they're using their anatomy correctly, teaching the rest of us how to use our anatomy correctly. And she's also been using that knowledge to help people just get better. It's beyond managing pain. She's been helping people to actually find the root cause of their pain and to correct that. So what do I mean? I have problems with TMJ, and I recently went to the chiropractor and it was bad. It was like so out that I had to go to 2 sessions with him. Well, then I told Lissa about it and she said, let's meet. So we met online, purely online. She's in New York, I'm in South Carolina. And she actually looked at me, looked at my alignment, and was able to give me some instruction and some things to do that have beyond helped this problem. And I've been able to see relief. I've been able to see the fact that I am actually sitting correctly, standing correctly when I pay attention to it. The jaw isn't hurting as much. And when it does, I have resources to go to beyond a very expensive chiropractic visit. And that's something that I can do at night or at any time. And it's not something that actually costs any money. I can just do it at home. I don't have to buy any equipment, etc. So Lissa, that's actually becoming something that she is known for, because what she does works, and it works long term. It's not just a short-term fix. So I want her to come on, talk a little bit about what she does, but then offer the group a chance to understand a little bit more about lower back pain, about avoiding it, and how this can help you as you move forward into belly dance and really into life. So Lissa, I'd love for you to talk a little bit about this and how you do this online and how something like this can actually work, when you're not even in the room or touching, and what people can do to feel better about themselves, literally.
Cool. Thanks, Amy. So yeah, I'm Lissa. This is my lovely assistant, Napoleon Bony Parts, by the way, because he's all tricked out for Pride Month still. And I do get a lot of people asking me, well, how the hell can you do this online? And part of it's because, I've been doing this for an embarrassingly long amount of time, like 25 plus years. And after a while, you start to see patterns. And as you were saying, what I can do is I can see your alignment. I can see how your body's moving. And thank you. No, and I do it too. And actually, I'm going to tell you in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you guys about this single most useful piece of information that I have. And I want to share it with everybody because it fixes backs. But I digress. Yeah, so how it works is I can look at you and I can see how you're aligned, and I can give you some cues and some tools, and I can see how your body is reacting in real time. So I can say, oh, hey, that was an effective one. That's what we're going with. Or, yeah, that didn't work so well. Ignore that. Forget I said that, kind of thing. And of course, I can also show you how things are going and what's actually inside your body, because that is super important. I was actually just working with somebody this morning who has all kinds of things going on. And just by understanding how joints work and how the body is organized, it changes your relationship with your body. And in my experience, it changes your relationship with your body for the better.
Yes.
So that's kind of an awesome thing to see and do, honestly.
Yeah. What are you going to suggest for us for lower back?
Oh, dude, this is a big thing. So I've been a professional belly dancer here in New York City. I have worked with a ton of belly dancers and non-belly dancers, and people who are not even dancers at all, and all kinds of different people. There's a whole, you learn to see what particular movement patterns lead to particular pain issues. Like there are things that lead to neck pain, things that lead to back pain, things that lead to knee pain. And the biggest damn thing that I see that leads to low back pain is sitting up straight like this. Now I'm going to show you guys standing up what that's really doing to my spine. All right. Here I am sideways. Here's my pelvis. Here's my chest. I'm standing up straight. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I am lifting my rib cage and I'm sticking my butt out. When, and I can already feel the sciatica kicking in. I can feel the low back pain starting. If I do it long enough, I'll start getting pain in my calf and my foot, because I actually, about 2013, I had pretty much the worst disc rupture you could have. It was like, you know, clinging to the banisters to try to get downstairs, or try to get downstairs. It was awful. So, you know, 5 years later, no surgery, no medications, and I can do this. And quite honestly, the biggest single thing has been releasing my chest. Now, some of y'all may have just noticed what that did to my low back. Yeah. So I'm going to show you again. Chest up. See this big old curve? Here's my booty sticking out. Chest down. Yeah, okay, so my butt doesn't stick out quite as much. I don't have the awesome shell. But you know what? My back doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
So this is the single most important thing. Whether you are a dancer, whether you are a non-dancer, whether you're an athlete, a non-athlete, no matter what is going on with your spine, and I say that as having worked with some pretty crazy spines.
Yeah.
This is the big thing. So here's how you can do it, because it's also really hard to do when you are used to sitting up straight. And I'm coming in close here. There we go. So you can see hopefully a little bit more of what's going on with me. So normally I'm sitting up straight, my chest is forward, my low back is very tight.
Yep.
So usually what I like to do is I like to put my hands on my chest right here and just release away from my hand. So here's sitting up. Watch what happens to my low back right around here. As I release. I'm not even thinking about my pelvis. All I'm doing is releasing here. And my back feels better. I can sit up straight without causing myself pain. And also, now that I'm in this position, if I want to, say, use a pillow to prop my low back, I can prop my low back in a good position and not too far forward. Because a lot of lumbar support puts a huge curve in your low back and encourages you to lift your chest. Not okay.
Okay. So when you're like this, are you still, what would you say is good posture then? Like, how are you maintaining the posture that you should in life? Because that's what people are telling us. Put this out, you stick it out so that you can get good posture.
Right. So good posture, so again, so you can see what my spine is doing when I'm sitting down. Good posture is less about presenting forward. And as a sideline, if you are a dancer and you are choreographing or you are working with a choreographer, you are doing what that choreographer is telling you. And if it's this, do it. But once you get off stage, get off stage. Get all the way off stage, all the way. I was actually just talking with a friend of mine who is an actor and a teacher of actors. And he was saying that performance of any kind it's like an athletic endeavor. You need to do recovery and you need to do self-care. And the harder you perform, the more recovery you need to do so you can continue to perform. Otherwise, you're just going to burn yourself out really fast.
Yeah.
All right. So the actual nitty-gritty of how to do this, because I will sit here talking philosophy all day. So the way to do it is you can't just put your chest here, release down. You can also, oh, cameras. You can also do a down undulation, and when you just sit. Oh. Yeah, so see, this is why I love working with ballet dancers, because we got like, woo! Yep, down, sit. Yep. And now you'll notice that my rib cage and my pelvis, they're like two bowls.
Yeah.
When I lift my chest, my rib cage comes up, my pelvis tips down, my back goes crunch. And by the way, see that big empty space? That's why belly can pooch.
Yeah. Okay.
Hashtag I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's going to make you lose weight or strengthen your abs, but I am going to say when you release that chest and your pelvis comes under,
Yeah.
less belly pooch.
Okay.
You know, it's not going to make the fat disappear, but it will make the structure that's pushing your belly and your internal organs forward. It will change the shape of that structure.
So when you do that roll down, I know like if you're doing, like if I were doing, are you pulling the abs in? Like what are you doing with the core?
With the core? Okay. This is the heart. Initially, you will feel like you're pulling in your abs really hard and you're working really hard. And you'll also feel like you're bending your knees. So here are my knees, they are bent. Now the hard part is, I'm just going to move my hand here so you watch my spine. Usually when people stand up, they stand up, hyperextend their knees and stick their butts out. So if you come up, what you're actually going to do is you're almost going to tuck your butt a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit of ab activation, a little bit of glute activation when you are not used to it. As you get more and more used to it, that's when you will start to be able to relax in that rib cage over pelvis configuration.
Okay.
So that's going to make things so much easier.
So it's like it's kind of like the idea of even in yoga when you're pulling your belly into your spine or something, and that's how you do back if you're lying down or something. And it's that idea maybe when you're sitting, it's like when you're sitting, you're engaging that lower
It's
ab.
actually, when you do it right, you don't have to engage here.
Okay.
Because when I'm up here and I pull my abs in, okay, yes, I mean, you could hear my voice that I can't breathe right now.
Right.
I got my abs in, I'm sitting up straight, and it actually doesn't look half bad, right? Like I don't look like I'm doing anything weird. But when I release my chest, I let my pelvis roll back underneath me. Oh, good, I can breathe again. But you can also literally hear the difference in my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And like I might be a little wobbly in here, but it has just the right amount of tension to support me without cranking in.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where it gets a little bit complicated because different people are going to have different levels of body awareness and ab activation. For some people, it really helps to draw it in and tuck the pelvis. Like and now I'm a Turkish dancer, so we do the the belly tucks all the time.
Yeah.
We like make a big deal with the hands, like, look, I can do this.
Yeah.
So sometimes that tuck in, sometimes this is what you need to do to let your body know that this is an option for you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an initial step, and then you want to eventually end up relaxing.
Right. Yeah.
But like I said, the biggest thing that happens when people relax the chest is then they feel like they're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks, I'm slouching. So two things. One, the reason I like to do this on video camera is that then not only can I align you properly, but then you can watch the video later and you can see that you are not slouching. In fact, you look pretty damn awesome.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that is, I love it when people see themselves standing really straight for the first time.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Especially if they haven't really thought of themselves as somebody who can do that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
So yeah, I can't stand straight. Yeah, it hurts.
Right.
Well, a lot of people will say that. Oh, like I have such bad posture because when I stand upright or stand up straight, it hurts. And maybe it's because it's not that they have bad posture; it's that both of them are bad posture. They're slouching and that's bad, or they're doing the opposite and that's bad. And what you need is that middle.
Right. People are taught wrong. People are always taught wrong about good posture. People think this is good posture, and again. In the belly dance world, we have a lot of people who do yoga and belly dance. Yay, Rachel Bryce, thank you. But the trouble is, a lot of yoga classes don't recognize, and this is one of the things that drives me nuts, that your heart chakra is three-dimensional. It does not open just here. Your heart chakra opens back here as well. So when you are opening your heart chakra, it's not, I'm opening my heart chakra. It's, let's see. I'm opening my heart chakra.
Oh, I see. You
see how very different that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm open in 3 dimensions and it feels so good. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Like, this is what they mean when they say open your heart chakra and fill yourself with love for the world.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh yeah, bring it. Everybody, I'm embodying agape today. You know, just saying you might possibly feel it. Look, it's goofy, but it's true.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing is that the reason that people always feel all slouched and stuff is that when you lift your chest, if you keep your shoulders and head in neutral alignment, you lift your chest, you're like, I can't function like this. You're gonna bring your head down, and then you're gonna bring your shoulders forward so that you can function. And you're like, okay, now I'm sitting up straight. But when you rearrange your rib cage, you realize that actually you've been sitting like this. This is not straight. So then you have to bring the shoulders back and the head up. And that can be a major adjustment. For that one, I really start thinking about the collarbones.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do you just put your chest here and release it, then you release your collarbones wide to bring because that helps to keep your shoulders off the front of your body.
Mm-hmm. So not here.
And you also release your collarbones away from the backs of your ears. That keeps your head from falling forward.
Yeah.
So chest releases down, collarbones release wide, and they release away from the backs of your ears. And that arranges your upper body in, I think it looks pretty awesome.
I like that just helped my breathing. I've been having really bad asthma issues. So that right there just actually, I can feel that.
Right. So it helps your breathing, it helps your posture. And a lot of times, something I run into a lot with people is like, well, I don't feel anything. Okay, that's cool. Does that include pain?
Yeah.
You're right. I don't feel the pain. Like, okay. And when you don't hurt, because sometimes I am just as guilty of this as anybody else. Like I expect this like wave of bliss to roll over my body. Like, I don't hurt anymore. It's like, no, the pain just stops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I haven't thought about my low back because it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyhow, so that's the thing. It's like, and then when, like, oh God, what's going on with my back? Like, oh, chest, collarbones, good.
Right.
So this is how pain becomes your friend.
Yeah, because it's letting you know, oh, I need to be in my proper
so,
posture.
Hey, remember that chest thing? Remember those collarbones thing? You're not doing that. And I'm going to bug you until you start.
So if you're always working on the computer, and this is one I had, but all right, so you're always working on the computer with your arms are in this position instead of like walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just working on that same thing and your arms forward? Do you need to keep your elbows up or your
elbows down? This is something I call puppy arms.
Okay. Yeah.
Puppy arms, elbows down, wrists relaxed as though you're like hanging up from here. And what I do is when I'm typing, I'm actually this close to my computer. I'm really close. And I also have a separate keyboard that I bring down so that I can move that keyboard forward, because the other thing is when I lean forward on my desk, I'm just going to say, see what my spine is doing now, and see what my head is doing, my shoulders are doing.
Yeah.
So if my keyboard is too far forward for me to do that, So that's I have this is the great thing about the online stuff though, because I've had people literally bring me into their offices. It cracks me up. So I can look at your work setup. I've done that for people.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, and you need to do this. You need to change your computer angle, and then you need to do this with your chair. And oh yeah, I see the way your desk is set up. Yeah, we need to change that ish around.
Okay.
So that's the advantage of the online stuff, and that makes it super, super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's take me to the gym, take me to the office.
Yeah. So next time I'm on a date, I'm like, I would lean forward and show interest, but my spine says no.
Exactly. I'm gonna move my entire chair forward to show interest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my whole body forward.
Right.
And then we get into expression and motion, but that's an entirely different conversation. Trust me on that one. Cool. So yeah, this is the single thing that I've noticed that It rearranges the spine. It brings your weight down, because if you carry your weight too high, that's going to mess up your low back.
Right. Okay.
Just by doing this, rearranges your spine, brings your weight down to where it should be on your sits bones if you're sitting, or on your feet if you're not.
Okay.
And it really helps to realign your spine. And it has been amazing for pretty much everybody I've worked with low back pain.
Awesome.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to pay more attention to that. I'm in bar and in yoga. I'm going to pay more attention to that myself. I've been trying to with a belly dance. I tend to be with the bar and the other things because I'm not used to it at all. And there's that tendency to do that deal. So, okay. Anything else that you think that you should tell the audience, or just have fun with belly dance and enjoy your
totally have fun with belly dance. Remember to get off stage.
Yes.
Use the roll down to remind yourself of how to sit. And if I keep talking, I'm going to be talking for like the next 3 hours about bits and pieces, etc., which is why I try to keep my online sessions super short, because I will fill your brain with so much information. Be like, yeah. So like 2 or 3 things: chest releases, collarbones are wide, and the backs of your ears are away from your collarbones, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say today.
All right. Okay. Well,
enjoy your anatomy.
That's right. Bye.